Wow.
Wow, this is some really deep stuff.
I don't know what just happened, but something happened inside of me. Something snapped, something clicked.
I wasn't expecting that either.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. It's beautiful.
Monster is like really small, but it had to become that to stop me.
And then the hurt child became present when you mentioned it.
And I didn't realize this until now.
There were things that I didn't remember until now.
Funny, I haven't seen that before.
And it feels like I'm the monster. I'm kind of seeing images of things, of a world where they can exist. This clarity brings all kinds of answers.
It's clear. She hugged me and then went back to her place, I guess, in my heart. Oh, it wants to come out. It wants to bippity boppity boop Cinderella me. She's melted into my chest. It's ooey gooey.
All week been finishing things, cleaning up more, started eating vegetables again last week. And it kind of just started happening. It's almost like I just finished going through a meditation session.
I feel light, when you hit that first joint, in the morning, and you.
I actually feel a lot more awake.
So, you can talk about anything you like, anything that's up for you, or any part that you'd like to get to know better or change your relationship with.
Okay. Well, I have a couple things, but one is that I kind of eat compulsively, even when I don't want to, and even when I'm full.
Mm-hmm.
And I do it I've been trying to watch why, and it's when I'm bored or lonely, or it's always after school, after work.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like it, and I don't know why I can't stop doing it.
Okay. All right. So, when you're in that state and you're having that feeling, what does it feel like, or can you locate it in or around your body?
I mean, I never really felt this way before, but I feel like crying right now.
Yeah. Okay. So part of you feels like crying.
Yeah, part of it feels like a really a really deep sadness.
Yeah.
It's in my throat,
Okay.
my chest, my arms, and behind my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I can even feel it all the way. I can feel it kind of in my whole body.
Yeah.
It feels like a real grief.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I know that you know a little bit about IFS, and that there's protector parts and exile parts. So I imagine that you're already in contact with that kind of exile energy of that grief and sadness. And normally, especially when I'm talking to someone for the first time in IFS, it's really important to kind of check in with the protectors first and to work with them. So I would try to ask that grief part if it can soften a little bit and if it can just turn down that sensation some so that you can focus on first this protective part, this part that goes for the eating stuff. And if that doesn't make sense, just let me know, but that's kind of my intuition on that.
Yeah, will you say that again?
Sure.
I had to move because this guy was
fine.
practicing guitar.
It's fine. Yeah. So the part that's feeling like crying, see if you can ask it to wait a moment, or if it'll just soften enough to let you look at the part that makes you reach for the food, or the part the eating part.
Okay.
And if that doesn't make sense, or if it says no way, that's fine. But
yeah. Okay. Let me talk to it. Okay. Okay. It's okay with that.
Okay, great. So let's see if we can just get back in touch with that part that, the feeling that you are more familiar with, which is when you're going to eat. What does that feel like? What is the message you're getting, or the sensation you're getting from that part?
Like the feeling, like I described the feeling.
Yeah, in or around your body, any sensation, just kind of what that you called it, like a compulsion, just kind of what it feels like.
Yeah, it feels like a little bit frantic.
Mm-hmm.
It's in my stomach area and kind of in my throat.
Okay.
And it feels like grasping, like a graspy, frantic energy.
Okay. Yeah. All right. See if you can kind of just turn towards that part. Let it know. Well, let me ask you, how do you feel towards that part?
And kind of like surprised because I didn't really know that she was there.
Yeah.
And a little like scared of her.
Uh-huh.
Because she seems like she has a lot of power.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she seems kind of big. Like, I'm like, you are taking up a lot of space.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of like confused. Like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah. And earlier, I remember you said just you don't like that. You don't like the behavior, at least. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just, it feels out of control.
Right. Okay.
Maybe a little mad because I'm like, you're derailing my plans here.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah. Like, why do you keep doing this when I keep saying this is not what I want to do?
Okay. Yeah. All right. So see if you can ask the part of you that feels mad towards it and the part of you that feels maybe a little scared towards it. See if you can ask, because you do have, there's multiple parts in the room here. See if you could just ask them if they'll step back, if they'll go out to the waiting room so that you can get to know this part that has that kind of frantic, grasping feeling. And just see how they react.
Yeah. They're like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like, they trust me. They'll go out.
Great.
Okay.
Great. So now how do you feel towards that frantic part?
Sad.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of heavy. Or like I'm picking that up. I don't know. There's something there that's like sad and heavy.
Yeah. Are you feeling curious about getting to know it?
Yeah.
Okay. And if it gets too sad or too heavy, you can let that, like, that's okay. We can listen out for that. And you don't have to share anything, and we can always, redirect. But if you're okay with just getting to know it now, then we can go ahead and do that. If that feels right for you.
Sure.
Okay. So focusing on that feeling, just invite it to the conversation and ask it what it wants you to know or what it wants you to know about it.
I'm not really getting anything.
Okay. Can you kind of deepen your access to it? Again, maybe kind of turn towards it. You might put yourself in that situation when you are, you can kind of imagine it's that time and place where you're feeling driven by this part. Just anything you can do to kind of deepen your access to it.
Yeah, it's kind of big and like in front of me, like filling the room, and I'm asking it to turn around.
Mm.
Or like I'm trying to like get around it to get in front of it. But it's like it can't talk.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe it doesn't want to talk.
Yeah, or it doesn't know how.
Maybe. So we'll just be patient with it. Again, really try to send it that curiosity. Let it know that you're trying to understand it so that you can help it, so that you can learn about it. And we're not going in with any agenda to knock it down or anything. and let it know it can express itself in any way it wants. It doesn't have to have any, story or verb or even verbiage. It can just let you know anything it wants you to know about it.
No, I don't know. I feel like it got really like diffuse. Like I don't. Like I can't stay with the imagination.
It's all right. Let's see. What are some other ways to approach it? If anything comes to your mind, just anything you can do to get its attention, to let it know you'd love to hear from it. And here's one. You might ask it, or see if you can judge, like, how old it thinks you are.
Or
yeah. So that might be one reason that it's not open to communicating with you. Is go ahead and update it on your real age. And again, we're gonna ask the 4-year-old part if it can wait. So there might be kind of, at least in its mind, there's still a 4-year-old around. So we're gonna just see if you can ask that 4-year-old part to step back and wait. Let this part know your real age.
Okay, it seems like it's like changing.
What was that
like
word?
It was like this, like changing. Like it was like it's like big, like round, but like friendly monster. And now, like I don't know what it's doing.
Yeah, that happens a lot. You could ask it how it got that job that it does, or how it likes the job that it does.
I kind of can't like see it anymore.
Okay.
How can I get him back?
What's your intuition tell you about getting closer to that part? You talked about kind of seeing it in front of you and trying to go around it or go towards it.
Yeah, and then what? Like
Are there other parts of you that are coming in that don't want you to talk to this part?
No, I feel like I'm kind of alone in there now.
Uh-huh. And how does it feel? How does it feel to be alone in there?
Fine.
Okay, good. I was just checking. I was just checking to see if there's other parts that are, getting in the way. You could kind of think about, you can get creative, you can send the part a note. You can put a flare up in the sky. You can ask the part,
Oh, cool. Okay.
why won't, what's it afraid of? Why won't it talk to you? How would it like to talk? Does it want to draw in the sand? Does it, anything? Just let it know you're open for any way it wants to share.
I don't know. I'm just blank.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just, I don't know, like it just kind of went away, and then I was in there alone, and now I can't. It's like I'm talking to no one.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you not like making it up. Some people feel the need to say something to answer a question when there's no answer. So.
Yeah, you know how you go in there and it's a kind of imagination, but you kind of know.
Yeah.
When your imagination goes too far, and you're like, no, that's not.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
not authentic. Yeah, so I was like, had some leads, but they were dead leads. Like they didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
But that was really interesting that I thought I was 4.
Yes. Yeah, that is interesting. And we can talk about that. We can look at other parts. We can kind of think about other ways to access this part, or what it means that this part doesn't want to talk to you, and how to approach it again now or later. There's a lot of different ways we could go with that. Do you feel like there's a part in you that needs your attention right now?
No.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, the 4 thing like blew my mind. Well, it was like I was like, whoa, because my parents got divorced when I was 4.
Uh-huh.
And I don't really think about that ever. I mean, I know that it's there. Like I used to be like, my parents got divorced when I was 4,
right.
But now I haven't thought about that for decades. So, probably, that was interesting. I was like, oh, 4, whoa.
Yeah.
Like that's, So.
And I wonder in what way it kind of communicated that to you.
That the monster said that thought I was 4.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just kind of came.
Yeah.
You know how you're just like, it just comes in your mind and you're like, whoa.
Yeah. You could, invite some of those other parts back in. There was the part that was mad about it. There was the part that felt like crying. I mean, if you wanted to continue just as an exercise to get to know any of those other parts, you could do that.
Or could we even like start over with it?
Absolutely.
Like just, okay. Because maybe now that it's kind of transformed,
Yeah.
that I could.
What did it transform into?
Like nothing. Like it just went away.
Uh-huh.
It just kind of dissolved. And then I kept getting like some false leads that like that it was, like this little spiky thing, and then this little military guy. Like, I don't know, but they weren't really there. They were just kind of like came for a second, and then they were gone.
Yeah. I'm happy to.
There was no one
to kind of go back to the beginning and see how it goes.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So there's a part of you that is kind of compulsive and reaches for and wants you to reach for the food.
Yeah.
You can see yourself in that space. Can you put yourself in that state of mind, or when you're experiencing that?
Yeah.
And where in or around your body, where does that sensation feel like? What else can you say about the sensation of that compulsion? That franticness, if that's the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting like words, like it's just
Great.
like never enough. It's never enough.
Mm-hmm. Words are good.
And it's like still graspy and kind of frantically searching.
Okay.
And to like fill like my heart or my center, and like to grab on. It's like wants to like grab onto something.
Yeah. Okay. And when it says never enough, is it talking about how it feels? It feels like it's never enough, or does it feel like there's never enough out there for it?
It's not. It doesn't feel like I'm never enough. Mm-hmm. It feels like it can't get enough.
Okay. Yeah. And again, just checking, when you hear that message come up, can't get enough, or just right now when you think about that part that says that, how do you feel towards it?
Yeah, the same, like surprised and like, what, but you're like ruining everything. Like, why do you have to be so big and so active? Like,
okay.
You're
good.
Like you're messing it up. What are you doing?
Yeah. Okay.
It's like a kid who's like going in the house, like throwing everything all around. And I'm like, no, I want the house in order.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. So the part that says you're messing this up, the part that says I want the house in order, that's the part that I would like for us to try to ask if it will step back. And if it will give you space in this conversation to get to know this kid that's messing up the house, so you can understand it, so you can work with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, she's leaving. She's like exasperated, but she's leaving.
Excellent.
Okay. Okay. Now I'm in here with
Beautiful.
the part has changed. It's not so like cartoony. It's more like a ghost from Ghostbusters. You know, like the one that's like green and with like those skinny arms, and it's like
I believe.
like
Yeah, I believe I do know that one.
yeah, it's like that now.
You're going to invite it to speak with you.
It's like he's like, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
He's like rebellious, like
yeah,
like that I'm working. Like he's like, you're working too hard. Like you're
how do you?
Yeah, I don't know. He's like making me laugh. He's like,
Yeah.
he's just like really rebellious and like knocking shit all over the place, and like he doesn't care, and he doesn't care about the order, and he's just like, fuck this, like we need to have fun, like.
Yeah. And you're laughing, so does it makes it makes sense to you how this part feels?
Yeah.
Yeah, let it
totally.
know. Let it know that it totally makes sense to you how this part feels.
Yeah, it totally makes sense to me. Like I actually like this guy.
Right. To let it know that and show it that.
Yeah, like we're laughing. Like he's funny. He's fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So how are you being with the part now? Have you managed to get closer?
Yeah, like he's like telling me like this is the only fun that he has. So he's like, I'm gonna go crazy. Like I'm gonna be like Tasmanian devil on the cereal because we're not really doing it. Like that's the only outlet that I have that is like fun.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So he's like going crazy.
Yeah.
And he's also like, it feels good. Like now I want to cry, but in a bittersweet way, but like a positive way, because I'm like, I keep asking myself like, what is fun? Like, what do I want to do for fun? And I can't think of anything, and I don't have any motivation.
Uh-huh.
And then this guy, like, he's like mischievous and he's like creative. And so when I feel him, like I'm actually laughing, which I don't do that much. So I'm kind of like excited to have this like friend who can like motivate me and be like, hey, come on, like, let's go do this crazy thing.
Yeah. So he also sees that, you know, it's crazy energy. Like you're calling it crazy, right? How does he like having that job of kind of wrestling that energy from you and the way that he does it?
No, yeah, not that much.
Yeah.
He's like, he feels kind of trapped.
Yeah.
And like limited, you know, like he's kind of stuck.
Yeah. And does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let him know that.
Okay.
That you see that. That you see that he feels trapped. You could try asking, what is he afraid would happen if he didn't get your attention this way? If he didn't do that job?
I don't know. I mean, I heard the words like, he thinks that I will die, but I don't.
Okay, let's stay with that.
Very extreme.
Well,
okay.
Let's just stay with that. I mean, he is a ghost from Ghostbusters, right? He might be a little extreme at times.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's look kind of ask again,
or maybe that's like a metaphor.
Yeah, kind of look for the fear behind the fear. You know, what does that mean? Just ask him to say more about that.
Like he says, like you will die, like you, like who you are, like me, like essential me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay. So he's trying to protect you from dying, in his view. So see if you can just show him some appreciation, even if it doesn't make sense or sounds crazy or you don't like how it shows up. Just see if you could show him some appreciation for that intention.
Okay. And then what does he do?
Great next question. What would he like to do? What would he rather do if you could look after that safety? If you could ensure that whatever he's worried about, you could heal and you could take care of? What would he rather be doing with his energy inside of you?
He would rather like like be like my muse, like be like, hey, come on, let's go do this, or like let's go do that. Like he would rather be taking me to do like creative and fun things.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's kind of dangerous.
Mm-hmm. He's got a appetite for risk.
Yeah, he's kind of dangerous, and I like that, but I can't do that because I have like a whole family structure.
Yeah.
So I have to be very like,
sure.
Yeah, which sucks.
Well, those are other parts of you that have other roles. But this part, which you admire this part, and you can laugh with him, and you have appreciation for him. You know, you can, just for now, kind of in this thought experiment, you can fantasize about all the crazy things that he wants to do, and just kind of make that list with him. It's kind of brainstorm all the ways that he would like to use his energy. You know, without the evaluation of, that can't work in the external world. You can just do this internally for now. Just let him show you, you show him. Obviously, you don't have to share any of that with me.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's definitely a protector there.
The protector that says, no, we're not going to do that stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like,
Right. We'll get to that one. We can get to that one. Just let that protector know that protector's there a lot, right?
Yeah.
So, you can work with that protector, and you will. But for the moment, just remind that protector that you want to finish getting to know this part, or finish your conversation just with this part, and that you want this part to be safe to just kind of say what it wants, think what it wants, express itself, show you what it wants.
Yeah. It wants to be like free. It wants its own relationship with the world, not. Okay, now it's like so much sadness coming.
Okay.
Grief. It's like so much grief.
Yeah. Are you okay with that grief right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like. I mean, is this okay?
Does it feel okay to you?
Yeah, I just don't want to be like being inappropriate.
I don't feel like it's inappropriate.
Okay. Yeah, I want like to be free and like have its own relationship with the world and like its own experiences, and there's just like freedom and exploration and conversations and relationships that aren't there's like hemmed in by this whole like structure, and I want to come home when the fuck it feels like it and like go do whatever to be free and not have a time to be home, and like see what happens like out in the wild world. It doesn't want a fucking hobby and wants to like go and like be in the world.
Yeah.
And just walk down the street and like see what happens next. And it hasn't been able to do that for so long.
Yeah. And so you're seeing that, and you're letting it know that you see how these other parts are hemming it in. You see how this other protective parts are being hard on it and have been hard on it for so long.
No.
Yeah. So just let it know you see that. And that you're okay with it showing you all the things it wants to do.
Yeah. And they're not really that risky or destructive. It's just like some freedom and mountain and adventure.
How are you being with the part now, and how do you see it now? Has it changed its shape, or are you feeling? Have you gotten closer to it or anything?
Kind of like more benign and like more, not benign, but more like less like grotesque. And it's more just like sprightly. It's got more like of a Tinkerbell energy.
Yeah.
not form, but energy. And it feels better. Like they feel better. They feels better. So, and it's like just like showing these scenes. And then it's like, just, and then I just always kind of cross my mind that like, that there's like trade-offs, like you want to get married, you want to have a family, that's like a huge thing that I want, but you can't do everything.
Right.
At the same time, I did all that other stuff for a really long time and it was great, but I can't keep doing that, and for good reason. And then it's a trade-off, but maybe my protectors don't have to be so
right.
strict. Like maybe they can like loosen up a little bit. Maybe we can find some solution,
Yeah, absolutely.
And maybe I can think a little more broadly about this and a little more creatively about how to scratch my itch that isn't like I just couldn't see it before. It was just like there. I was kind of like avoiding it. Just like, no, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. You got to get up, go to work, do your routine, come home, do the thing.
Yeah, well, that other protector,
maybe
that manager part is terrified of it and thinks it's awful and thinks it's only destructive. And here you are looking at the list of things it wants to do, and they're not. It's not all bad, right? So you're able to mediate that when you can talk to the parts one at a time.
Yeah, and it doesn't even want. It's like I get the protectors because my parents fucked up all their marriages and their kids and everything because of that part. And like, yeah, I am a risky person, but when I really look at what this part wants to do, it's not like cheating and doing drugs, it's
right.
It's like just sitting alone and on a street and like watching the people go by and like drinking a coffee by myself. It's like having conversations with people that don't know anything about my kids, it's like going places without my kids and with them 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
And I love them, but
sure.
But it's like maybe I've gone too far to the other side. I haven't left room for me,
Yeah. And for all these parts.
And this fun guy. Yeah. Fun guy. And this fun guy could be very instrumental in helping me think of fun things to do.
Absolutely. Got a whole list.
Got a tough job here in El Salvador.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe. Yeah, I guess let's look at the part. There's a protector coming up who's like.
I would ask any other part to just hold off for a moment. One more question with this part.
Okay, sorry. All right, that one's got to wait.
What does it need from you in the future?
Oh, okay, good one. Just play with him.
Okay.
To listen. Can I ask him for something?
Anything, yeah.
Okay.
As long as it's coming from that place, from that place of self-energy, and it's not coming from other protector parts. You know, it's not coming from...
Yeah, I was just asking him, like, to help, like I was like, yes, I will listen, but, and then will you help me come, like sit with me and help we find...
Yeah.
Can be creative to find like things that scratch that itch, because I really find it hard.
Mm-hmm. And what did he say to that?
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
Yeah, he wants to be creative with you.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah. It's like a miracle. It's like how interesting that your most intractable bad habits are actually turn out to be like a huge blessing in disguise.
Yeah, they're all like that. They all have a positive intent. They all want to keep you safe. They're all there for a reason. None of them are because you're fucked up. They're all normal. You know?
Yeah. It's amazing. Wow.
So, you know, that's one part. And you having done all that with that part, and now having this kind of way forward of like, okay, what would that look like? How, when, where am I going to do this? Being with this part, how do I check in with this part? That's kind of the homework. That's kind of the prescription is to honor that relationship and to keep listening to that part and getting to know it. And I hear that, you want to get to the other parts too, but
no, yeah. I'm good.
Yeah.
I mean, I do, but not right now.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could talk again. You're great at this.
Cool.
I mean, you got this. So, but I'm happy to do more with you.
Thank you, James.
Yeah, thank you. And thank all those parts.
Yeah.
The ones that just step back.
All.
Yeah, they step back. They gave you space. You know, they waited.
Gosh, wow. I wish I'd done this sooner.
Yeah.
But all in good time.
Yeah. Okay. So, feels good? Feels complete for now?
Yeah, it really does.
Okay.
My eyes are open. I feel done.
Awesome.
That was really cool. Thank you.
I think so.
I can tell why you're really into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Cool.
All right. Well, I'll hopefully talk to you again soon. It was awesome talking with you. And thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, James.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm kind of like in a kind of stunned space, but yeah, so I'm just gonna go. But thank you so much.
Great.
I really appreciate it. I'll let you know like how it manifests.
Awesome. I hope so.
It's gonna be exciting. Okay.
All right.
Bye, friends.
Talk later. Bye.
Do you want to help bring more self-energy to the world? If you'd like to participate in calls or help out with this project in any way, I'd love to hear your ideas. Join the Discord server or contact me at james@liveifs.com. A huge thanks to our audio engineer, Zikri, for your care and diligence in editing the calls. To every caller for your courage in sharing some of your parts. And to anyone out there getting to know their internal system, keep going. Who knows? That might be the most selfless, helpful thing you can do for others, and you're the only one who can do it. If you'd like to see us reach the largest audience, We must please the almighty suggestion algorithms at iTunes and YouTube, and they don't care about the power of IFS. They're looking for likes and shares and comments, and the sooner the better. Follow the links in the show notes right here in your podcast player to make your wishes known. And now, a minute of meditation. Or if you prefer, pull over. You can do it in 60 seconds. Just click one of those links. They're right there, and give us a like or a 5-star rating. It would really help. If you think this project is helping people, you're helping people by sharing it. Thank you.